Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we have a review of Alphalete Drop 6. I feel like we just had a launch a month ago. I'm so ready for the launches to slow down, but I can't just not give you guys the information. So we have Drop 6 from Alphalete. This is happening on Saturday, October 25th at 12 p.m. Central Time. This is the same day as Buff Bunny, and then I think we have Petula the day after. So plan accordingly. And remember kids, it is October, which means literally 3 to 4 weeks after the launch, we will have Black Friday. So if you feel like you aren't like crazy about any of these pieces, newer pieces for most brands tend to be in the 20% off range for Black Friday. So you definitely can get these pieces discounted in just a short moment. So this is always the time of year where I start that reminder. I love a good Black Friday sale. I also love a good Alphalete Black Friday sale. They're always my favorite Black Friday sales. Anyways, in this launch, we actually don't really have much of a fall theme going on. We have basically some fun springy colors, which is crazy because we also have fun springy colors for Buff Bunny. So everyone just said no more neutral fall this year. But I'm just finally craving like some good browns right now. But I can't say no to the Canary Yellow. Canary Yellow from Alphalete I think is my favorite yellow of the year because it still has that butter yellow look, but it's not so pale that the leggings are super sheer and it doesn't wash you out. It still has some good yellow color to it. So we have Canary Yellow back. We have Aurora back, which I actually didn't really get anything in this color the first time around, so very glad it's back. We have Anchor again. We already have a lot of pieces in these colors, so this is also a really good opportunity to do some mixing and matching. I just went to the gym this morning wearing my new Anchor set, but I paired it with my Aura Sculpt jacket that I already had in Anchor, and we just like already had those pieces. I already have a lot of the Canary Yellow, so again, good opportunity to mix and match. We've basically seen all of these pieces before, except we have mid-rise Amplify Contour. So Alphalete is experimenting with releasing different rise heights, which I think is great because although I am a long torso girly, I do prefer a nice high rise. The traditional Amplify Contour is an ultra high rise. So that ultra high rise could be a little bit overwhelming for people. So now we have Amplify Contour, which is one of my favorites in a more mid-rise fit. So obviously we'll compare these when we talk about it. Other than that, we just have some seamless tops, seamless bras, a little bit of Tenacity, my favorite Tenacity wrap waist leggings. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, we are starting out with the Amplify Contour mid-rise legging. This is also the first launch of, honestly, maybe every brand this year where they finally gave us yellow leggings. Everyone has just been keeping the yellow to the shorts only. I don't know why people think we can't wear yellow leggings, but we finally have yellow leggings, so I had to get the full-length version of the Amplify Contour leggings and then also the Tenacity wrap leggings in the yellow as well. So I now have enough yellow to keep me happy when everyone stops making yellow, unfortunately. So these are the mid-rise Amplify Contour leggings. Just going over some of the details, we have the 3-tiered waistband. So basically everything is the same as the Amplify Contour leggings. They just decrease the portion from the top of the gusset to the waistband. The actual waistband is the same width. So these are made of their classic polyamide polyester elastane seamless. It's feeling almost a little bit extra soft and stretchy this launch, which I love when Amplify is feeling extra soft and stretchy. I also apologize if I'm just like a little bit slow in this video. I did just get back from a 2-week trip and of course I got sick. So I'm still kind of recovering from that, but I had to get this filmed. So we have the classic waffle knit details here. They kind of start on the side of the body and then in the back there is a little paneling that kind of contours under the glute and then down the back of the calf. Then of course we have the traditional Amplify scrunch. Quick comparison of the new Amplify Contour mid-rise versus the ultra high rise Amplify Contour. This was the most recent launch we saw this year. I think it was around the birthday sale, and honestly these were like the highest rise that I had seen. Just doing some quick comparisons, these definitely were ultra high rise when maybe in the past they're more high rise. So measuring the rises, the new mid-rise, I'm getting about a 6.5 inch on the rise in the size small, and the old ones I got an 8.25 inch rise. So almost 2 inches shorter rise. They definitely do hit me at a mid-rise point on my waist. It's not as low as the teeny short, those were low rise. These are definitely mid-rise. They do show my entire belly button. All of the other details really are the same. I think one thing that they could have done a little bit better is the little ribbed contour area that's supposed to kind of like contour the glute. Hits at a really good spot on the ultra high rise version, but on the new mid-rise version, I feel like they didn't scale it properly, so it just kind of cuts off in the middle of the glute, which I feel like could just look a little bit better. It's not super noticeable and it's not an actual compression panel or anything, so it doesn't really like squeeze you in any sort of way. It's just kind of a visual contour. The waistband is also a lot less snatching on this mid-rise one because it's not meant to hit you at the smallest point of your waist. So they definitely adjusted the waistband so it doesn't really squeeze too much. It just kind of sits right at and slightly above the hip area. area and flatters the waist well. And you will also get a little bit more lower tummy control in this because that waistband dips down a little bit lower just because of where it's placed. These have a 25-inch inseam and they have a lot of vertical stretch, so you do get a nice full length out of them. Let's try them on. All right, we have the mid-rise Amplify contours. I forgot to mention before, but the rise on these is very similar to the pump leggings because the pump leggings are also a mid-rise. So if you like the rise of the pump leggings, you're gonna like the rise of these. I would prefer just like an inch higher personally, kind of in between the ultra high rise and the mid-rise, but I'm still going to wear these. They also loosen up the waist a little bit when they do mid-rise because it's not going to be as snatching as when they put the waistband on the small of your waist. So it's a little loosened up and I feel like less likely to really like cut into you, but it's still giving you hold, a little lower tummy control, no front seam. I don't really get any extra fabric. You always get a little bit of gathering with seamless leggings. That's pretty normal. Getting about a medium compression overall. Here we can see that waffle detail up close here, as well as that rib contour area. And it does come up a little bit more on the glutes on the mid-rise version than on the high rise. So just keep that in mind. It's not super noticeable, not something that would really bother me, but just letting you know. I always find these very flattering on the glutes. Obviously going to be a little bit more short glute friendly in this mid-rise version. High on the booty scale. That contour detail goes down the thigh a little bit, and then you get more of the waffle detail down the calf. And then full length view, you can easily stretch this to a full length. One thing I will say about the Amplify contour is there is that waffle detail at the bottom of the ankle here, and this is very delicate, so be very careful when you're getting it on. I have ripped one of mine before because I was just careless about just pulling it on my leg. It got caught on the eyelet area. That's the only area I've ripped these, just simply from me being careless, so be very careful. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Team mid-rise, team ultra high rise, or do we want something in the middle? I usually do a section on color differences, like if any colors are more compressive than others, and honestly they all feel very stretchy. I would say maybe the most compressive would be the Grove color, but I'm wearing the Anchor right now, and even Anchor is very stretchy, so they're honestly all pretty similar. I wouldn't change your size based on any specific color. Next, we have the Amplify Contour Mid-Rise Shorts. Same details as the leggings. 3-tiered waistband, nice, soft, stretchy Amplify material. These do have a 5-inch inseam, and the panel detail is slightly different on the Amplify Contour shorts versus the leggings. The shorts do not have that waffle detail, but they do still have that little ribbed contour in the back that's supposed to flatter the glutes that, again, I do just feel like hits a little bit high. We have that scrunch in the back. Super quick, I did get a size small and medium to compare. Recently, I have been preferring a size medium in my Amplify Contour shorts specifically. I wear a small in the pump shorts, I wear a small in the Revive shorts, but the contour shorts, they tend to feel really tight along the lower hem, and I found it got a lot less rolling when I sized up to the medium. So we'll compare those and see if I feel the same about the mid-rise version. And then a little side-by-side of the OG Amplify Contour shorts and the mid-rise. These measurements are for a medium, but for the ultra high-rise version, I measured about an 8.75 inch on the rise, and the new mid-rise, I measured about a 7 inch. So pretty similar difference to the leggings. It's a little under a 2-inch difference on where these hit. For reference, the Amplify Contour shorts and the mid-rise have a very similar rise in measurement compared to the Alphalete pump leggings. So the pump leggings were also a mid-rise. These are mid-rise as well. I'll throw in a little side-by-side of the pump shorts in a size small to these contour shorts in a size small, just so you can kind of see the differences in the rise. Because pump is a little bit more compressive, they don't have quite as much stretch. We've already gone through all the differences between pump and Amplify in many videos now. I just wanted to specifically compare the rise because both of those are technically considered mid-rise. Both pump and contour now have a mid-rise version. We're still waiting for a high-rise pump. Let's try these on. All right, here are the new mid-rise contour shorts in the size small. I feel like because this batch of the Amplify is very stretchy, I'm getting less thigh compression on these, so shouldn't need to size up as much, but I will still try on those mediums. So these are hitting me at a mid-rise. They do show my full belly button. I'm getting about a medium compression overall, medium to high on the waist area. Again, it's not snatching quite as much because it's not at the small of my waist. It's just giving a nice amount of compression right along this area, a little bit into the lower tummy, me. 5-inch inseam on the shorts. I've been growing to like the shorter shorts this year. I don't know who I am. We have that little detail knit on the side here. And then you can kind of see where that contour detail comes in. It just kind of comes in the middle of my glute, not like underneath the glute. We'll compare that to the ultra high rise. And then we have the back. These are going to be more short glute friendly now that they are a shorter rise. I do think these are very flattering on the glutes, as always, medium to high on the booty scale. The scrunch does have a little shine that's typical with all Amplify scrunches, but it is a very narrow scrunch. You can see I am getting a little bit of cutting in at the bottom here. It doesn't feel too bad, but it definitely does give me a little bit of a double butt look there. So we'll see if that improves in the size medium, but I do really like these. Of course, I'm always a big Amplify contour fan. All right, here are the mediums in the new mid-rise shorts. So these are a very similar rise to the pump shorts. So if you like the pump shorts, you're going to like the rise of these. Because this is the medium, I may have a little bit of extra fabric right in the crotch area, but that's really the only area where I feel like this one is maybe a little bit on the big side. Overall, I do think I feel more comfortable in this medium, specifically just due to the thigh area. I always get a little bit of extra length when I size up. I think they may be hitting even just slightly higher rise than the smalls as well, but I still get enough compression in the waistband that it's not gaping. We have that side detail. We have that little contour detail at the side as well. And then I think you can just see here, I'm not getting as much squeezing of the thighs. It still does look maybe like a little bit of extra compression at the bottom there, but not nearly as bad. So I think if you are in between it all, or you're just kind of questioning whether you want your thighs to be a little bit more compressed, I would consider sizing up in these. Very flattering on the glutes. I'm interested to see how this color does on these squat tests, because I do feel like I can see my underwear through a little bit, but when it comes to squat proofness, seamless is always going to be more sheer than something like tenacity. So if you like the fun bright colors, but want a little bit more squat proofness, tenacity is the way to go. Now we have two more bottoms. We have the Tenacity Everyday Wrap shorts. I do size up to a medium in all Tenacity wrap bottoms. We have seen these before and I've already compared a small versus a medium. I highly recommend sizing up in the Tenacity bottoms. They just definitely fit too tight in my normal size small. These are about a mid to high rise as well. They do have a soft V in the front with a true wrap waist, so they will show some belly button because they do kind of dip down. Extended gusset that goes all the way down the thigh, and the inseam is about 5 to 5.5 inches. We have a curved side seam here that kind of contours the side of the glute. There is a top band that starts kind of at the 3/4 mark at the front and goes all the way around the back. Again, another reason to size up so that you make sure that doesn't cut into you. Some curved seams in the back. We do have that classic subtle scrunch that we've seen on a lot of Tenacity bottoms. It just sits between the glutes. These never cause me any camel toe or anything, any crotch tension, so I find it a pretty comfortable scrunch. And yes, these do come in white. I obviously had to try the white shorts. Alphalete has just said, we don't care that no one makes white shorts, we're going to. So we got some white shorts. I already wore these to work out. They definitely looked a little bit sheer, but I was just going to solid core. So it's all girls in there anyway, and it's all dark. So I don't really care. Let's try them on. Okay, Tenacity wrap shorts in the size medium, same as the leggings. Mid to high rise, shows a little belly button in the front, goes basically to high rise at the sides. We do get that top band starting right here. In the small, it really cuts into me. In the medium, it's fine. Light to medium compression, 5-inch inseam, no front seam, no camel toe problems. I'm a little bit more likely to get camel toe problems in my normal size, so take that into account. Really not getting any squishing of the thighs as well. The seam is quite stretchy. Curved seam at the side, then in the back, the seams sit right above the glutes. We have that subtle scrunch that just contours the cheeks a little bit. I would consider these thick thigh friendly, especially in the size up. They're really not squeezing my thighs at all. I do really like the length of these. For most of my workouts, I don't get any rolling. If I'm doing a lot of squatting movements, I may get some rolling, but for most of my workouts, the length is good. I do really like these shorts. The white is definitely a risk, but honestly, Tenacity was a great choice for a white fabric to make shorts out of because it's such a dense fabric. Will these be fully squat proof? No. But honestly, for just like walking around, they look totally fine. So. We also have everyday wrap leggings. Again, I also size up to a medium in these. We have that mid to high rise, same structure as the shorts, soft V front, crossover waist, top band starts around the 3/4 mark and goes along the back. No front seam, extended gusset that goes about mid-thigh, curved side seam that contours the glutes. We have curved glute seams and that subtle scrunch detail in the back. Tonal branding. These are a 27.25-inch inseam. And Tenacity is a great fabric going into the fall and winter now. It is their most dense, warm fabric. It still has high stretch, but it does have a little bit more compression compared to Aura. A little bit more squat proof compared to Aura too, because it's nice and densely brushed. Here's an up close of that fabric. It will attract some pet fur, as all brushed fabrics do. Let's try them on. Okay, we have the Tenacity wrap leggings. These are in the size medium. I do recommend sizing up. So these are the Tenacity fabric, very soft to the touch. Again, these do run small. So this fits basically like every other small to me. Maybe the tiniest bit of extra fabric in the crotch, but really not much. Compression is about light to medium, and the rise, I would consider this mid to high. It's more mid-rise in the front, but it does go pretty close to the small of my waist on the side. We do have that top band that starts right around here, so there is potential for cutting in. I don't really experience that in the size medium. No front seam, gusset goes down about mid-thigh there. We have that curved seam at the side. It just helps to flatter the glutes a little bit. The seams do sit right above the glutes here. Subtle scrunch up the back. It just provides a little separation. Medium to high on the booty scale, you do get some cellulite coverage, but less in these lighter colors. And 27.25-inch inseam. We've seen these before. I do like these a lot, especially the wrap waist ones. Or I just wanted to show the yellow leggings. You definitely can see a little color difference between the waistband and the body of the legging, and you're gonna get a little less cellulite coverage in a light color like this, but it's just nice to finally have a full yellow legging instead of just shorts all the time. Next, moving on to sports bras and tops, we have the Lina bra. The Lina bra is my favorite of their kind of more lower coverage Tenacity bras. They've had a lot of bras this year that frankly just don't work at all for me. And this is one of the bras that, even though it's a little bit lower on the coverage side, it actually still works well for me just because of the shape. It's not too wide set, so I just don't fall out of this one very easily. It's not high support by any means, but it is super cute and very flattering, and I'm always reaching for this one. So we have the Tenacity fabric, nice and dense, brushed inside and out. Kind of a soft V front. We have tank straps that split in the back into this little design where you can kind of slide the straps out or keep them in. I always like to keep them in. I think it creates this nice little inverted V in the back that just is very flattering, keeps your back very open. You also have a slightly curved hem at the under bust, which I find very flattering. You have a dart detail that comes from the side that gives a little bit more room in the cup area, tonal branding on the bottom left, and removable cup pads. Let's try it on. All right, here is the Lina bra. I wear a size small. This one has stood the test of time for me. I keep reaching for it. I can wear it to the gym. I can wear it to solid core. There is a slight chance of spillage, but I've never fallen out of it. So overall, it's true to size. If you're in between and you're a larger cup size, I would consider sizing up, but personally, I like my size small. You can tell I do have some spillage. I'm kind of used to that at this point, and I still think it's cute and makes the girls look good. It's about a low to medium coverage. We have that curved under bust. There could be a possibility for under boob, but there is a little elastic along the bottom, so I've never had that problem. It actually goes pretty well into the armpits. It's just scooping along the center here, but it's not too wide. So I really like the shape of this. I love the tank straps, but they never fall off. The support is also low to medium. I find this really good for gym workouts and just lower impact. And then we go to the back. We have this cute kind of inverted bow detail. I just really like that inverted V in the back, and you could either move these straps to the middle like this, or you can move them all the way out to the side, whatever you prefer. This one is definitely a top choice. That's the only Tenacity bra we have. The next tops are all seamless. So we have the Amplify open back bra. I only got one of these. I'm just kind of hoping that maybe this works for me. This is not my favorite of the seamless bras. I'm 100% team Lina bra for this collection, but we have the Amplify open back bra. We've seen this before, made of the same seamless material as the Amplify, kind of a scoop neckline. We have spaghetti straps. They are adjustable in the back, and there's this open back cutout detail. They used to have the cross detail here. They removed that, made it much more simple. Removable cups, little ribbed bra band at the bottom, and there is some detail in the front here. Some very subtle little pique mesh details here, and then also the Alphalete vinyl logo across the front. I just really prefer a tonal branding situation, so I just don't love the little Alphalete across the front of this one. It's not super noticeable, but I just don't love this bra anyway. It just doesn't really give me a lot of coverage, so let's try it on. All right, here we have the Amplify open back bra just because I just tried on the minimal bra, but this one is so much better than that. So still a low to medium coverage and a light support, but I think this one is more wearable. If you're a larger cup size, obviously this one is still a lower coverage bra, so definitely beware. It's not high support by any means, but definitely better than that one. We have the scoop neckline. It goes pretty good into the armpits without cutting in, and you have the little band along the bottom. You can see I definitely could use a little bit more space because that band is kind of riding up onto the bust area. You can kind of see the cup pads in the yellow. Again, seamless plus yellow, you can just kind of see through. If you want a yellow bra where you can't see the pads, the Lina bra and the tenacity fabric is going to be the way to go. Crisscross straps in the back, very open. I do feel a little bit of discomfort on the strap area, but I could just loosen it up a little bit because the straps are adjustable. I think the colors match pretty well across fabrics, so personally I would be going for the Lina bra, but if you like a seamless bra, this one's still pretty good. I just really would like to see Alphalete come out with a seamless bra that actually has a little bit more support and just a little bit more large cup size friendly. The Amplify Minimal Bra is back. This is my least favorite bra that they've done in a long time. This is like the only bra they had, I think, in drop 4, and I cannot wear this one at all. I actually size up to a medium in this one. I do think sizing up is the move. It runs very small. Made of the seamless material. We have a little ribbed bra band at the bottom, and there are a couple of reasons why this doesn't work for me. One, it's itty bitty for the coverage, but two, it's super wide. You can just see how much space there is in the center chest that unless you are a very wide set bust, this probably won't work for you. I even had some girls message me who they don't even really consider themselves very large busted, but even they were falling out of this one. So I don't love it. It's also a halter, which I try to avoid. It is an adjustable halter strap, and then a very thin bra band along the bottom. All right, just popping on the minimal bra again. This is actually the size up. It does help a little bit with coverage, but not enough. I am, like, frankly, so close to falling out of this bra that I can barely even do a try on, and it's uncomfortable on the neck. I actually just hate this bra, but it's not for me. Low coverage, low support, not gonna jump around. The main issue I have with this one is just how wide it is. It wants the girlies to be way out here. That's just not where I am. Then we have the neck strap that is adjustable, very open in the back. Not much to say about this one. We did just review it. If you want a super minimal bra and you're more wide set, this is going to be the bra for you. If you're not either of those things, I would avoid it. Last piece, we have the push tank. Push tank is made of their Amplify seamless material. We have a scoop neckline, spaghetti straps. They are adjustable in the back, and it scoops down in the back as well. You have that new Amplify A logo in the back. This is the silicone branding. It's a waist length top, and it has this nice little underbust contour detail that just kind of sculpts the girls a little bit. There is also a little ribbing and PK mesh on the side to kind of compress the waist a little bit. I don't find this super compressive on the waist or really snug at all on the waist, but we'll see when I try it on. And we also have a full shelf liner, but this does not have any cup pads. Let's try it on. Okay. I don't know why I keep trying the push tank. It just doesn't work for me, even though it looks so cute on other people. First of all, it is a waist length tank. So for me, this pairs better with the high rise version of the Amplifies. The mid rise, I kind of show this awkward amount of skin, and I'd prefer it to be like kind of meet and greet, but keep in mind that may change with your torso length. So we have the stretchy Amplify fabric, and we have the little contour area at the side that just kind of snatches it in a little bit more. It is super small on the top. I do find the bra band to be pretty tight and about a low to medium coverage with quite a bit of spillage here. It's just really made for smaller cup sizes, which is fine. I would just like to see a version for larger cup sizes with just a little bit more coverage. That would be perfect. So it does have the built-in bra, but no cut pads, so you're not getting any shaping or anything from that. If I sized up, I would worry that it would be loose because while it does fit pretty well right now, there's just the tiniest bit of looseness at the bottom there. So I would stick true to size. Caution, if you size up, it may be loose. And then I really like how this one scoops in the back, and I like the adjustable straps. But yeah, I think a larger cup size version, keeping this one, just like adding a large cup size version of this would be great. And lastly, I'll just insert some photos, but they did just launch no logo pump. Finally, you guys know I was complaining about that logo. No one liked the front logo on the pump, so they decided to get rid of the front logo. Unfortunately, they didn't send any of these to me, but it's just the pump without a front logo. It's already launched at this point. It comes in onyx and scarlet, and the scarlet color does look very cute. We have no logo pump shorts, no logo pump leggings, and they also launched a push bra. So similar shape to the push tank, except it is now just a sports bra. This one does have cup pads, which I think I would have liked And they said they added about half an inch of coverage to the bust area because of issues of not having enough bust space with the push tank. So again, I did not get those, but those are already on the website. All right, guys, that's everything. Let me know what you guys think of Alphalete just kind of bringing back the same colors in more of these launches. This almost felt like more of a restock. Top picks for me, Lina bra. I literally have it in every color here. I have it in the canary, aurora, navy, and white. I'm just like collecting all the colors of this bra because it's just my favorite Alphalete bra right now, or one of my favorites. And then I actually love both of the bottoms of this collection. Tenacity wrap waist bottoms, I really like those. And then Amplify contour. I do prefer a high rise, but the mid rise isn't so low that I feel like I can't wear it or I'm not comfortable with it. So just depends what look I'm going for on the day. Do I want to show my belly button or do I not? Either way, I really appreciate Alphalete coming out with more rise heights to accommodate more body types. Also, let me know if you guys tried the teeny shorts. What do you guys think of them? Because I feel like a lot of people have been wearing the teeny shorts. And they didn't work for me, but people have been looking cute now. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, the launch is on Saturday, October 25th. And of course, I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but you guys already know you can use code Catherine for 10% off your orders. And again, remember, Black Friday is just around the corner. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.